Odin and the Well of Wisdom, Mimir's sacrifice. Long ago, in the ancient realms of Norse mythology, Odin, the Allfather and ruler of Asgard, was known for his unmatched power and courage. Yet, despite his might, Odin understood that true power lay not only in strength but in wisdom. To protect the cosmos and lead the gods with justice, he needed to see beyond the present, to know the past, understand the present, and foresee the future. But such profound knowledge could only be gained by drinking from the Well of Mimir, hidden beneath the roots of Yggdrasil, the world tree. This well was guarded by Mimir, the wisest of all beings, whose knowledge spanned the entire cosmos. It was said that the water of this well granted unparalleled wisdom, revealing the secrets of the universe and the destiny of gods and men alike. Yet, it also showed the burden of that knowledge, the inevitable fate of Ragnarok, the end of all things. The journey begins. Trials and challenges. Determined to gain this wisdom, Odin set out on a perilous journey. Leaving behind his throne in Asgard, he ventured through the misty forests of Midgard, the realm of humans, climbed the icy peaks of Jotunheim, the land of giants, and crossed the dark valleys of Niflheim, the realm of the dead. Along the way, Odin faced many trials. In the frozen mountains of Jotunheim, the giant Hraesvelgr, who took the form of a massive eagle, unleashed powerful winds to blow him off the cliffs. The winds howled like thunder, and the cold bit at his skin. Yet, Odin held his ground, planting his spear, Gungnir, into the earth to anchor himself. With a mighty throw, he struck Hraesvelgr, forcing the giant to retreat into the storm clouds. Deeper into his journey, in the shadowy woods of Midgard, Odin became lost, surrounded by illusions conjured by forest spirits. It was then that his faithful ravens, Hugin, Thought, and Munin, Memory, appeared to guide him. Their presence reminded Odin that wisdom is not just about knowing the future, but also remembering the past. After many days and nights of hardship, Odin finally reached the Well of Mimir, hidden beneath the gnarled roots of Yggdrasil, which stretched across the cosmos. The well shimmered with a mystical light, and its waters whispered the secrets of creation and destruction. Meeting Mimir, the price of wisdom. At the well's edge stood Mimir, ancient and wise, his face lined with the weight of ages. His eyes were sharp, piercing through Odin's soul as if reading his every thought. "Why have you come, Odin Allfather?" Mimir asked, his voice echoing with timeless knowledge. "I seek the wisdom to see beyond time, to understand the cosmos and protect my people from the fate that awaits us all," Odin replied. "I wish to drink from your well." Mimir's gaze grew solemn. "The water of this well grants knowledge, but it comes with a heavy price. To see the truth is to carry its burden. Are you prepared to bear that weight?" Without hesitation, Odin nodded. "I will pay any price." Mimir's expression hardened. "Then you must sacrifice an eye. True wisdom is not about seeing everything, but about understanding what must be seen and what must be sacrificed." The air grew cold, and even the branches of Yggdrasil shivered at Mimir's demand. Odin knew this was no ordinary sacrifice. By giving up an eye, he would gain insight but lose sight, a paradox of wisdom. Yet, for the sake of his people and the cosmos, he was willing to make this sacrifice. Without flinching, Odin gouged out his left eye, blood streaming down his face as he handed it to Mimir. The earth trembled, and the well glowed brighter, absorbing the blood of the Allfather. Mimir took the eye and cast it into the depths of the well, where it sank into the darkness, forever watching the secrets hidden below. The gift of foresight, visions of destiny. With the sacrifice complete, Mimir dipped a cup into the well and offered it to Odin. The water shimmered with cosmic light, swirling with visions of the past, present, and future. As Odin drank, his remaining eye blazed with enlightenment. He saw the creation of the cosmos, the birth of the giants, gods, and men. He witnessed the weaving of fate by the Norns, who controlled the destiny of all beings. He understood the delicate balance of the universe, held together by threads that could be easily torn apart. But then, darker visions unfolded. Odin saw Ragnarok, the twilight of the gods. He watched in horror as Fenrir, the monstrous wolf, broke free from his chains and devoured the sun. Jormungandr, the world serpent, rose from the oceans, poisoning the sky. He witnessed his son, Thor, fall in battle, and finally, his own end at the jaws of Fenrir. These visions left Odin shaken, but he knew they could not be avoided. Fate was inevitable, and he could not change the end, but with this knowledge, he could prepare his people and face destiny with courage. Return to Asgard, the burden of wisdom. With his newfound wisdom, Odin returned to Asgard, but he was forever changed. Where once were two piercing eyes, now only one remained, the other lost in the depths of Mimir's well, eternally watching the flow of fate. The gods were in awe, not just of his missing eye but of his presence, which radiated with the weight of all he had seen. He was no longer just the king of Asgard, but the keeper of knowledge and fate. Yet, this wisdom was also a curse. Odin carried the burden of knowing the end, the fall of the gods, the destruction of the cosmos. Loneliness gripped his heart, for he alone understood the true cost of destiny. From that day on, Odin became known as the One-Eyed Wanderer, the seeker of knowledge who sacrificed his sight for insight. He hung his cloak lower, hiding his empty socket, and took to roaming the realms in disguise, seeking more knowledge to face the inevitable Ragnarok. Conclusion: Odin's journey to the Well of Mimir is a tale of sacrifice, courage, and the pursuit of wisdom. He learned that knowledge is not merely about seeing, but about understanding and accepting the cost of truth. His sacrifice made him the wisest of the gods, but it also condemned him to bear the weight of destiny alone. Odin and the Runes, the sacrifice on Yggdrasil. In the ancient times of Norse mythology, before the writing of history and the weaving of fate, the world was governed by mysterious forces and hidden powers. Among them were the runes, sacred symbols of immense power that held the secrets of magic, wisdom, and destiny. They were the keys to understanding the cosmos, controlling the elements, and even altering fate itself. But the runes were not freely given. They were hidden deep within the roots of Yggdrasil, the world tree that connected all realms. Their knowledge was guarded fiercely, accessible only to those who were willing to make the ultimate sacrifice. Odin, the Allfather, ruler of Asgard, knew that to protect his people from chaos and to rule justly, he needed the power of the runes. He longed to master their secrets, to understand magic, shape destiny, and foresee the coming of Ragnarok, the end of all things. Yet, to gain such power, he would need to prove himself worthy in a way no god had dared before. The decision to sacrifice, a journey of courage. Odin stood at the base of Yggdrasil, its ancient branches stretching across the heavens, its roots buried deep in the underworld. The wind howled through the leaves, whispering secrets that only the brave could hear. He gazed up at the mighty tree, knowing that his quest for wisdom would demand more than just strength. It would require sacrifice, courage, and suffering. He spoke to his brothers, Vili and Ve, and to his queen, Frigg, about his decision. To protect Asgard, to lead the Aesir, and to foresee the dangers of the future, I must learn the secrets of the runes. But to do so, I must offer myself to Yggdrasil, he said solemnly. Frigg's eyes filled with sorrow, for she knew the pain he would endure. Yet she also understood that Odin's destiny was intertwined with the cosmos, and his sacrifice would shape the future of all beings. With a heavy heart, she gave him her blessing, knowing that his suffering would benefit all 9 realms. Odin turned to his trusted ravens, Hugin, Thought, and Munin, Memory. Fly across the worlds. Witness all that happens. Return to me with the knowledge of what was and what is, for I go to seek what will be, he commanded. With that, Odin approached Yggdrasil's trunk, carrying his mighty spear, Gungnir. He knew what must be done, for the runes demanded a sacrifice not of gold or blood, but of the self. The hanging on Yggdrasil, agony and revelation. Odin stood beneath the great tree, his single eye blazing with determination. He thrust Gungnir into his own side, piercing himself as a sacrifice to himself. Blood poured from the wound, staining the roots of Yggdrasil, and the earth trembled at the offering. With his own hands, Odin tied himself to the branches, hanging upside down from the world tree. For 9 days and 9 nights, he hung there, without food, without water, teetering between life and death. The winds howled around him, spirits whispered taunts, and shadows danced beneath him. Pain seared through his body, a fiery agony that no mortal or god could withstand. His vision blurred, his senses numbed, Yet he did not cry out. He hung there alone, bearing the weight of his choice, as his life's blood dripped onto the earth below. During the first 3 days, visions of his past flooded his mind. He saw his battles, his triumphs, his failures. He relived the pain of losing his brothers in ancient wars, the joy of finding love with Frigg, and the burden of leading the Aesir with wisdom and strength. On the 4th day, the spirits of the dead came to mock him, whispering of his impending doom. They spoke of Ragnarok, of Fenrir devouring the sun, of Jormungandr poisoning the earth, and of his own fall to the wolf's jaws. Their words weighed heavily on him, but he endured, for he knew the price of wisdom was suffering. By the 7th day, Odin's body was broken, his skin pale, his breath shallow. Yet, his spirit burned brighter than ever, driven by his quest for knowledge. As he hovered between life and death, his mind opened to the cosmos, reaching beyond time and space. On the 9th night, when he was on the brink of death, the runes revealed themselves. They rose from the depths of Yggdrasil's roots, glowing with ancient power, swirling before his remaining eye. Their symbols danced in the air, singing the secrets of magic, language, and destiny. Mastery of the runes, power and responsibility. With the last of his strength, Odin reached out and grasped the runes, absorbing their power and wisdom. The knowledge surged through him, igniting his soul, healing his wounds, and restoring his strength. He saw the weaving of fate, the songs of creation, and the magic that bound the cosmos together. He learned how to bend reality, how to cast powerful spells, how to heal wounds and break curses, and even how to resurrect the dead. But most importantly, he learned how to write and read the language of the cosmos, becoming the master of poetry, magic, and prophecy. With this knowledge, Odin became the god of wisdom, magic, and poetry, earning the titles Allfather, Runemaster, and Wanderer. Yet, he also understood the responsibility that came with this power. He foresaw the coming of Ragnarok, the inevitable end where he would fall to Fenrir, and his sons would fight their final battles. Return to Asgard, the burden of knowledge. After gaining the power of the runes, Yggdrasil released him, and Odin fell to the ground, reborn with wisdom and magic. He returned to Asgard, where the gods marveled at his transformation. His presence was different, more profound and powerful, and his gaze carried the weight of the cosmos. Yet, even with his newfound power, Odin was haunted by the visions of the end. The knowledge of Ragnarok weighed heavily on him, for no amount of magic could change fate. He knew he must prepare the Aesir for the inevitable, teaching them courage and honor, even in the face of doom. From that day forward, Odin became the keeper of the runes, guarding their secrets and using them to protect the realms. Yet, he also wandered the world in disguise, seeking more wisdom, for he knew that knowledge was infinite, and his quest would never end. Conclusion. Odin's sacrifice on Yggdrasil symbolizes the pursuit of wisdom and the price of knowledge. He endured pain and death to master the runes, understanding that true power lies not in strength, but in wisdom and responsibility. Yet, this knowledge came with a curse, the burden of foreseeing his own fate and the end of the gods.